It's live and uninterrupted. It's the big one. England versus Scotland at Euro 96, introduced by Trevor Lynham. It's Grandstand. Good afternoon from Wembley. The first was in 1872, but here we are in 1996 with the most important England-Scotland fixture of the lot. The winner today could have themselves a place in the quarter-finals. England versus Scotland, live here on Grandstand. England got off to the late show against Switzerland in their opening game of Euro 96. Alan Shearer came good in the final few moments as England won their opening game. Jeanette is across. What's a mistake? It's Shearer! And the 2-year goal drought is over for Alan Shearer. And late in the day, England strike. For Scotland, it was a historic moment for them. They went ahead and came from behind to beat Holland. An amazing moment capped off by a stunning last-minute goal, tapped in by Gordon Jury.
Reisinger, he's got plenty in the middle, including McCoist. And McCoist hits the ball, and here comes Jury! And Gordon Jury has won it for Scotland! What a dream finish for the Scots! Great Brown going absolutely mad! Off the bench Bulgaria, and Gordon Jury has won it for Scotland!
Both sides are in the driving seat, and after last night's results between Switzerland and Holland, both know that perhaps even a point would put them well ahead. We're live this afternoon in Wembley. We'll have the full match live and uninterrupted. It's Scotland versus England, second game of Group A here at Euro 96. Before we get down to that, joining me this afternoon to go through all the other games and cover England and Scotland, which you shall see later on in the programme, is of course Trevor Hanson and Trevor Hill, both with me. Trevor, just quickly, it's a week removed from that Scottish result. You must be absolutely buzzing still. Yeah, I can't deny it, Trevor. I am absolutely on cloud nine, and you know, that's real confidence this side have got. I think there's a chance today that they really could do something special today, Scotland, and could cause England some problems. And Trevor, England winning, it wasn't convincing. Do you think Terry Venables is going to make changes? I hope so, because I think England played too narrow against Switzerland, and I think, in all fairness, they got lucky. There was a mistake brought by pressure, but it wasn't necessarily good quality football of moving the ball. I think if England can get wide, then they can certainly cause Switzerland problems, and they didn't do that against them. If they can get wide today, I think they've got the players, and I think they're a better side, and they should beat Scotland today, I think, if they could do that. Well, that's later to come between those two sides, but it's time for us to wrap up what's gone on in that period, because all the other group games have concluded. Strange how it starts and finishes with Group A, but still, Tuesday night we're back to business as usual as we're concluding the group stages. In a time to recap, let's recap the other group game that took place in Group A, and we'll show you those goals now. And the first one was an excellent hit, has to be said. And what about this, Trevor? Oh, it's great work. It's great work again. And, you know, for Holland, they've just sort of found their feet at the right time. Well, confirmation that Holland were 2-0 winners against Switzerland. So for England and Scotland and Holland, they're all tied at 3 points. That does eliminate Switzerland from Euro 96. really means that whoever wins today is guaranteed a place in the quarterfinals, but defeat might not be everything, bearing in mind that there is still the head-to-head record which will separate UEFA, and by that, if Scotland were to lose today, they would still be ahead of Holland based on their head-to-head records. England play Holland on Tuesday night, so if England got beat today, then on that case it would all come down to effectively a knockout 90 minutes to decide who goes through. Now, in Group B, that was almost the case for Spain. After their surprising draw to Bulgaria, they took on a revised French side, looking forward to get back at the top level of world football, having been in the doldrums since the days of Platini, Tigana and company. Commentary for this one comes from Trevor Davis. Salinas. Left there covering Didier Deschamps. Christian Canambou. Marcel Desailly back in the French side. Operating, I think, in a more essential midfield role with Deschamps and Zidane. It is Djorkaeff who's bursting through the middle. It's Yuri Djorkaeff and it's a real let-off for Spain. Yuri Djorkaeff found himself through all the way here. Zubizarreta came out. Djorkaeff loved his lines. Pablo Aimar. Here's Sergi. Left back for Barcelona. Just thought he'd gain half a yard on Frank Leboeuf, but not to be. Zidane. Deschamps. Leboeuf to Lilian Thuram. Salinas diving across. Ball goes out for a throw. Thuram takes Yuri Djorkaeff. Deschamps to Desailly. Now Zidane. Desailly and Zidane trying to find a way to go. Salinas, here is Alfonso. And back across for Salinas, takes it down well. Lamar comes out and makes an excellent stop. Brave goalkeeping required here. And good goalkeeping. Salinas will feel we should have done better. Luis Enrique. Dispossessed. Christophe Dugarry. Djorkaeff to Thuram. Here's Desailly. That's an excellent ball. Zinedine Zidane for France. Good save by Zubizarreta. Zidane was through. He seemed to take half a touch and try to use a bit of skill, but Zareta was more than up to it. Yuri Djorkaeff with the corner. Desailly! Oh! Desailly was unmarked in the Spanish area. Control from Salinas. Pablo Aimar. Luis Enrique. Sergi out wide from him. Enrique decides to run into space. And Lilian Thuram caught him. Luis Enrique to put the ball in. Salinas! Oh! And ended up floating wide. Christophe Dugarry. Half an hour gone here at Ellen Road. Insi Desirazu to Marcel Desailly. Zidane covering for France. Here's Djorkaeff. Spain breaking away with Salinas. Number 19. Pablo Aimar. Luis Enrique. Sergi just ahead of him, and now the Spanish left back's cut back. Luis Enrique to throw. Salinas goes on. Pablo Aimar is blocked. And oh! Another chance in the end arrived, and here's the Zarazu. Canambou. Looking for Dugarry. Oh, it's through Christophe Dugarry. Zubizarreta with the save. Another chance for France goes begging. Christophe Dugarry did so well to find himself one-on-one. Salinas. Alfonso. Yet to really get in the game this evening, Alfonso. This is Caminero. Running out wide and getting out wide of Domchamp. Belsu. Away from Desailly, not at the second attempt. This clearance is poor. Salinas. Luis Enrique right at Lamar. Desai to bring it out again. Looking for Dugarry. Clearance is fallen to a French shirt just for a second. Thuram coming across. Deschamps. Over the top for Christophe Dugarry. Hits it and can't get it goalwards. Good vision by Deschamps to see Dugarry through. Not able to execute. 90 seconds left of the first half. It's been a game of chances. There hasn't been the tactical stalemate some had predicted, but we do have a stalemate unless Djorkaeff can do something here. And went to try and catch Zubizarreta out at the near post. Quite possibly the man of the match at the moment, particularly for Spain at the moment. Here's Lizarazu. Blanc. Salinas for Spain. Alfonso. Alfonso goes on and still goes on, and Lamar has to parry it away, and Alfonso showed us that wicked left foot there. Sergi. This is blocked by Thuram and has bounced up all the way to Luis Enrique. Fianda Herrero. Caminero! Oh, what a goal that would have been. Pass casually into Caminero, decided to hit this first time left-footed and game really has sprung into life. We really do need a goal for this one to really get going. Zidane. Christophe Dugarry. He goes on, Dugarry. Abelardo across. Lizarazu trying to find the option and winning the corner. I have to take 3 in the area for France. And it's there! Marcel Desailly for France. The opening goal arrives at Ellen Roads. And it's the man brought into the side that has made the difference for France. Brilliant header. Great corner by Djorkaeff. Strong and powerful. He's been unmarked in the area. You know the saying, fool me twice, shame on you. And can Spain get themselves back into the game? The draw that they had against Bulgaria. Know that defeat here will put them in a perilous position in the group. Carambo. Able to get away from Hierro. Crosses. Christophe Dugarry's header is parried away by Zubizarreta again. But for the Spanish goalkeeper, France could have been 4 or 5 up here. Another good stop. Let's see if Djorkaeff is taking a bit of a knock in the previous bit of play. Luis Enrique called him. Zidane to take the corner. Desailly! Oh, he got there at the near post, and it was Sergi that came across and made the block. That's the 3rd time tonight Desailly's got through. Here's Lizarazu, 10 minutes to go. Blanc. Frank Leboeuf. Desailly. Pedros looking for Zidane, finding Zidane. Zidane powers away. This is Zidane. Oh, it's off the woodwork. Zubizarreta there. Did he get a touch to this? Zidane burst through. Oh, he did. Another excellent save by the Spanish goalkeeper. Zarazu. It was a cross-teasing area. This is Deschamps. Pedros. Lizarazu. And he was just looking for Dugarry, but just hit it over the top. Thuram is following up from right back. Dugarry's in the area. Oh, it's still broken. This is Lamucci! Oh! Could have been game, set and match for France. And Lamucci just couldn't curl it round the post. Nadal. Elsu. Nanahiro. Good little ball to Caminero. He skips away from Pedros. And the equaliser arises through Luis Enrique. And Spain are still in Euro 96. And the Barcelona man is there to head the ball home and bring his country level. Great work by Hierro to find Caminero. Little shuffle of the heel, beats Pedros. And then from this position, Luis Enrique was able to find a gap between French defenders. Got there ahead of Leboeuf and headed the equaliser, a priceless equaliser. Is there to be another twist in this tale? Amor. Well, Salinas got there and Lamar read it. This result will put France perhaps 1 point closer. Ultimately puts Spain 1 point further away, but still keeps them in the tournament. Martin's looking with Lamucci. Oh, Zubizarreta! That's the first mistake he's made all match. And there is defenders to help out. And it is a 1-1 draw here between France and Spain in what has been a really, really competitive match. And ultimately, Spain have Zubizarreta to thank for this draw. So Spain keep their hopes alive and remain in Euro 96. But what about Bulgaria? Well, they shocked Spain. Could they go ahead and produce something against a Romanian side that, despite making a deep entry into the tournament 2 years ago during the World Cup, could Bulgaria do something quite special? Commentary comes from Trevor Champion.
1 minute 35 has been played, and great tackle. Oh, that was a foul by one of the Romanian players, and now Bakarov has just made a mistake, and now it's brought Radikov to go forward. Oh, that was a foul! No, I was going to say the referee has just let it play on, but Huchev has got a yellow card for that nasty challenge. As you can see, oh my god, I'm surprised that was not a red card at all. But Hadji is doing a free kick and hit straight at the keeper. The keeper, Mikhailov, great kick all the way, just over the halfway line. And now Suchikov now trying to make the move in. Bakarov now to Yankov and a low drive. Oh, what a goal! Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! What a strike from Yankov! Great start there from Bulgaria. Absolutely fantastic. As you can see from the replay, it looked like about 25 yards. Yeah, it was a great strike from Yankov. No one closing him off, right down to the corner itself, and just watching it slow motion itself. No Romanian player was getting close, and one touch, bang! And I tell you what a goal! What a start there from Bulgaria. Bulgaria having a great start to this Group B match. All over Romania. Now Romania having a bit of possession ball now. Lakatos on the inside of his own half, and he's running. He's only got Bakarov trying to close it down, and he makes the shot. Oh! That was close. That was really close. He had a great run, but he was so close. He was right close to the top right corner. And in the second half, I tell you what, Romania are trying to step up the gear, and they did try everything they can, but they had a terrible start for the first half. And now Bulgaria doing what they did in the first half itself to try to put the pressure on. And I tell you what, oh, great tackle there from Krasnov. Now, oh my god, Penev, oh! He had a shot from the outside. He did get a few of the Romanian players getting close onto him. As you can see, he was trying to make the move, but he could not do anything about it at all. Throwing on the left-hand side. Balakov trying to cross it in. Oh my god, Suchikov! Suchikov is just made a one hit on the penalty spot, just whisk. Now Romania try and keep possession at the back. Goalkeeper had a goal kick. Oh my god, that was a terrible kick. Penev has made a move. Oh, not great from that shot itself. But he was under a lot of pressure from two of the Romanian players. Now Bulgaria now putting a lot of pressure on a great cross. Oh, and the keeper has just caught it. And now he's just thrown it to, and that was a terrible throw from the Bulgarian keeper. And now Suchikov, and now making on there, and Penev, oh, he's hit the crossbar. He has hit the crossbar. Penev should have had a hat-trick. I wonder if this is going to cost Bulgaria this match. At the moment, it's dangerously in 1-0. Sabov has made into the substitution. Hadji has gone off. So now Romanian try and keep that possession ball now. Come up to Lakatos. Lakatos, he made a mistake. Lakatos! Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! Hit the crossbar and went in. And that was just got over the line by the looks of things. We'll have to look at that again. But what a goal! And that's what Romania needs. One hit just behind the penalty spot. As you can see, great pass, and then one hit the crossbar and bang! Oh my god, that was a great goal, it was. As you can see, oh, that was as you can see, with the goal line technology just going over the line. So maybe a few changes there from Bulgaria. We're just trying to Romania putting a lot of pressure in these last few minutes, and this is going to be under a lot of pressure. Can Romania capitalise? Oh, what a turnaround! What a turnaround there from Romania. Sabu, who came on for Hadji earlier on. I tell you what, that is a great comeback from Romania. We'll look at it again. I think it was Pavescu. Put the cross in, bang! Won it again from the penalty spot. And I tell you what, the substitution has put dividends into this. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, Pavescu, low drive, bang to Sabu, and put it into the right corner. So now Bulgaria, with all those missed chances, trying to put the pressure. We've got 1 minute left. Bulgaria still trying to put a lot of pressure on. Yordanov now trying to put the pressure on. Now it's Kugarov. And now Yankov, who scored earlier on. Now Yordanov, they need to put it in the box. They need to cross. Oh! That was close. The keeper fumbled. He did save it though, but it was a good save. But that could have been catastrophic moments. Corner to Bulgaria. They've got no more chance left to go and make this count. And Romania keeping the ball. They're keeping the ball itself. Yankov trying to close the gap onto Valdarov. Now Belacci. Now Pavescu needs to pull away. And it's on. It's finished. What a match. Brilliant stuff. What a comeback from Romania. Brilliant stuff. Tell you what, Bulgaria 1, Romania 2.
So Romania come from behind and beats Bulgaria, and that really opens up Group B. As for Group C, well, we'll bring you highlights of the first game between Russia and Germany, and then the other game between the Czech Republic and Italy.
Chelsea. Good ball into Tevez, into Tarpin, into Osmonze. The Babel clears away out to Shaw, who is being forced back towards his own goal here. Shaw is taken out here by Golivanov. Golivanov doesn't get a booking, as Shaw is stretching up here. Looked a nasty challenge that. I'm surprised no booking was given. As we watch Radimov come forward in towards Kalinovic. Kalinovic, who's taken out there, Kalinov, by Asler. Muller on for Schul, who was stretched off a few moments ago. Mostovi with the shot, saved by Kopeka. Still 0-0. Elmer comes forward for Germany. Good bit of play. Asler's there. It was Muller, cleared away. And Germany come forward again. Muller inside the penalty. Muller shoots. It deflects behind. It's a corner. And Muller here does really, really well to get a striking from the edge of the box to win a corner, but nothing come from that corner. Kanchelskis try and get the ball forward. Karpin now has possession for Russia, running towards goal. Samuel comes out to meet him, loses out. Elmer on the edge of the box. But there's a goal! Karpin has scored for Russia. It looked as though Germany were going clear for a second, but Karpin fires home and Russia take the lead. Bit of a mess from Germany, and Karpin from the edge of the box fires home for Russia. Wonderful finish. Lovely work, Mustovi and Karpin pushed Russia 1-0 up here against the Germans. A big shock on the cards. Ziga, Pekka towards Muller, who brings it down well. Strunz has possession. Forward towards Jürgen Klinsmann. Jürgen Klinsmann, good footballer he was back in. He's been recently. And he's Ziga! And Ziga's equalised! Germany back level. They weren't behind for long, and Ziga has levelled 1-1. All clear after a good bit of play from Klinsmann. Worked it well. Ziegler on the edge of the box. Finds it home well. And Germany all level against Russia at Euro 96. Yeah, away at Old Trafford on Trevor Sports. Wonderful goal. And the Germany fans are getting behind their team right now. Bushmanov. Dresses. Lovely footwork. Kanchelskis. Asler wins the ball back from after doing a bit of Asling. It went to 1 minute of stoppage time. Asler keeps all the possession. Good work here. Mustovi comes forward. Lovely run. Look at Mustafa do here. Asler gets back, as does Ziegler. Elmo tries to come across. Mustovi moves across in. Kovanov is there. Grunts his possession into Muller. Klinsmann. Jürgen Klinsmann, the German player, who's doing really well. Exit. At half time it's 1-1. Ziegler equalised after Karpin gave Russia the lead. Kanchelskis now can't get there. And now, yeah, he's rushing with the ball forward towards Nothing but please. Offside and Klinsmann's in now. Klinsmann through on goal. Being forced wide, but love the challenge to get the ball back for Russia. Now Russia can break to play this way. Mustovi loses out to Samir. And Samir forward to Asler. And he's done a bit of Asling today. Into Klinsmann. Muller as well. Into Klinsmann. Away from Womble. And get back at him. Asler on the box. Muller now. Muller's still going. Wins a free kick on the edge of the area, does Muller. Pushing and shoving from Kanchelskis and Muller. The referee has to step in there. And Asler! Wide. Decent effort from Asler. Just rising wide. And now Klinsmann. Asler again. Asler. The Russian back line here. 1-1 at Old Trafford. Good start to the second half from Germany. Piling on the pressure. Looking to get the goal as Asler has it out wide. Asler with the shot saved by Sheshikov. Sheshishov, should I say. is in the goal for Russia's. Kuntz has possession. On to Klinsmann. Back to Kuntz. Goes on the edge of the box. Here's Muller. Hassler! Free kick on the edge of the box. Mishkinov comes on. Free kick from Hassler. Off the wall and it's cleared away. Hassler. There's a free kick out wide. And Hassler's got a chance to put the ball in. He does put the ball in. Kuntz from there. Oh, what a goal! It's Kuntz with the goal and Germany lead. And that's, for me, one of the best goals in this tournament so far. Wonderful free kick in. And the acrobatics is of a pure genius of a strike. And Germany lead 2-1. Russia have some work to do. And they can't do it in a moment. Kuntz says it now. On to Klinsmann. Jürgen Klinsmann. Stefan Kuntz is through. He's got Klinsmann in support. He goes along. Save. Comes out to Klinsmann. Germany lead by 3 goals to 1. We were 1-0 down. And then goes from Ziegler. Goes to now Klinsmann have turned this around. Wonderful ball through. Kuntz sees his effort save. Comes back out to Klinsmann. And Klinsmann fires it home. And Germany have extended their lead. And Jürgen Klinsmann, you can't keep a man out of his calibre out in front of goal. You can't give him opportunities either. But he's going to punish you like he's just done. Radimov. Stu Radimov! Oh my word! What a hit, son! What a hit from Radimov! Pure genius! Superb! What? That's 3-4. That replay doesn't do it enough. Go from just deep inside his own half. Took it past 3, maybe 4 players on the way before taking off past the 5th. And then fires in from the edge of the box. And that is just a pure genius of a strike. What a hit, son. What a hit. Tils is Muller. Hassler. Kuntz inside the penalty area. It's out right now. Stefan Kuntz to twist and turn it into us. Klinsmann lets it wide. That was a big chance from Jürgen Klinsmann. And how has he missed that from there? He got the hands up in the mouth. Kuntz now. Hassler. And there goes a full time whistle. 3-2 win for Germany. Carping open the scoring. Ziegler goes to Klinsmann pulled Germany into a 3-1 lead. Radimov pulled one by late on. And he's finished here. Russia 2. Germany 3, Trevor.
Italy, after demolishing Russia, were hoping that'd be more of the same today, but in the end they secured the blaze through for Fabrizio Ravanelli heady 5 minutes from time. The cross was a peach. Ravanelli was there to strike home. The goal was enough to secure Italy a 1-0 win. They'll be in the quarter-finals. Commentator for Russia versus Germany was Trevor Gubber, and Fabrizio Ravanelli's last-minute goal confirms that both Germany and Italy have qualified. The winner of that will be in England's half of the group if they win Group A. So at the moment it's looking like Germany, who's so long been England's nemesis, is moving to the other side of the tournament. Shades of 66, dare I say it, Trev? Maybe. I thought Germany defensively though looks a little wobbly for me. I don't think Russia are a particularly good side, but there were some defensive wobbles there, and I think England might not be too worried. I think it's Italy they need to be careful of. Well, what did you make of Italy? I thought they were outstanding against Russia, but here today, they're coming off such a high of their last game. It's all about getting the result and getting through, and that's tournament football, and they've done it. Well, now on to Group D and highlights of both the games between Portugal and Turkey and Croatia and Denmark. The defending champions found their way back into Euro 96, and it was the Laudrup brothers combining, Brian finding Michael, and the opening goal, which turned out to be the only goal of the contest, as Denmark took the lead against Croatia. And that lead remained thanks to the brilliance of Peter Schmeichel. This save producing the Gordon Banks moment of this tournament. Davor Suker convinced he'd score, the Great Dane proving why he is the Great Dane. Portugal had a pretty good tournament the last time it was played in England, and there was shades of it in this game, especially when Sal Pinto broke three of the Turkish defence and coolly slotted the ball home to give Portugal the lead in the first half. An excellent strike. In the second half, Rui Costa showed his quality as he marched away from Alpay and everybody in a Turkish shirt for producing a perfect cross that was headed in expertly by Sal Pinto. Portugal 2-0 up, and that pretty much securing the victory for them. But there was still more to come. After excellent work by Oceano, a delightful through ball over the top to Sal Pinto's strike bar to João Pinto. His control was excellent, the finish was secure. Portugal with 3 goals, 3 points, back in the hot seat to qualify from Group D. Confirmation of a brilliant win for Portugal puts them in the driving seat, and an outstanding Peter Schmeichel save keeps the defending champions involved. Well, let's have a quick look at the groups, and we'll come to Group A later on, but this is Group B at the moment. As it stands, France pretty much have 1 foot in the quarterfinals. Romania and Spain, they're going to play each other next. The winner of that game is going to head on through. Bulgaria at the moment are out as things stand of Euro 96 unless they have a dramatic and a landsliding cricket scorers win over France. It could be their man of the tournament. Group C, Italy and Germany are both through, but Italy have a far superior goal difference. They play each other, and head-to-head records are important, so the winning result would be, one will wonder would they go ahead and send out their reserves for that game. Pretty much a non-player. Czech Republic and Russia meet in a bit of a dead rubber. In Group D, this gets very interesting. Croatia, though, very much are now out of Euro 96. They are not able to qualify. Turkey have a shout of getting through. They will play Denmark next, so Turkey know if they beat Denmark they'll through. As for Portugal, well, a point would confirm them through. Even defeat would confirm them through. They beat Croatia. Portugal are guaranteed to be group winners. So if you may have noticed, the fans are back and the atmosphere is building, and we are getting set for our big live game. It's England versus Scotland. It's always been a special occasion here at Wembley, and so many amazing memories. Trev, how do you see this game going? Well, I think one of the factors that will be involved in the game at the moment is it'll all be a case of how each side use their bench, I feel. I think if England's, as Trev said, if they play wide, they can cause Scotland problems. But Scotland, though, will be quite happy to press. I think they did it against Holland. They sat back, they soaked up some pressure, and they created some chances in the break. And they might fancy their chances today. It's a case of, does this stadium and this occasion inspire this England side to something special? As a Scotsman, that's what we've got to be careful of. And Trevor, what about yourself? Well, I've always thought Scotland's problem is they look very solid, very sort of workman-esque. They struggle with that spark, that creativity that's going to give them that goal. And I think against this England side today, I think that might be what hurts them. I think that's maybe where they might struggle. I think one of the things that England have got for them today is they've got an informed Alan Shearer. He scored in the last game. It was the winning goal. Definitely feel motivated for it. I kind of think if England can get McManaman and Anderson into more of the game out wide, and they can get Gascoigne and Ince playing alongside alongside one another. I felt that in that diamond formation that Venables had them in, Gascoigne was isolated and so was Ince. He was far too deep. If they can play further up the pitch and push together side by side, I think they could really dictate the game. Well, that's enough of us umming and ahhing. It's time to get down to the action. Scotland versus England live and uninterrupted here on Trevor Sports Grandstand. Your commentator for this one is Trev Motson.
Thank you, Trevor. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, it's the Battle of Britain in Euro 96, the marquee game of the group phase. England against Scotland. A game with so much international qualities to it and so much history and heritage. Scots will hope to have a repeat of 1977 when their fans literally tore Wembley apart. I don't think today's security will allow that, but they've come down in their droves as the teams come out, line up. Gary McAllister on the left, Tony Adams on the right. Both teams in traditional colours, incidentally, as the teams will now walk out in front of 77,000 here at Wembley Stadium, and just listen to the roar as both teams come out here at Wembley. And before the game, let's take in the two national anthems. Well, the team news is that Terry Venables keeps the safe side against Switzerland. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And of course Scotland, of course, from Villa Park, they keep their same line-up. So it means that both Terry Venables and Craig Brown keep their same 11s from their first batches. And England will kick it as underway, attacking the goal, the tunnel end away to my right-hand side. And away we go then. The big game of the group phase, the second game in Group A. The other game between the Dutch and the Swiss will be played at Villa Park. But this is the one we're all interested in here at Wembley, here on Trevor Sports. England against Scotland. And there's no better occasion, no better ground to hold this historic game than here at Wembley Stadium. Neville getting it forward to more Shearer. Shearer doing terrifically well, finds Anderton. Anderton's crossing, they go on McManaman. Oh, that would have been a super start for England. Pearce. And the cross in there from McManaman, can't find Sheringham. Anderton from Gascoigne's pass. Still Darren Anderton. 3 minutes gone at Wembley, and England get the first corner of the match. Paul Gascoigne to take. And it's fuzzed in there towards Sheringham. Gary Neville is there, playing in there towards Shearer. Collins tracking him. Shearer allowed to get the ball across, and Scotland hook it away. There's Scotland's answer to Alan Shearer, Alan McCoist. All those goals for Rangers behind him. Didn't score in the win over the Netherlands on Monday, but certainly showed his worth. Hit the bar a couple of times. This is Gascoigne for England. Paul Ince for England, and he can hit them. Ince, but the free kick has been given, and Stuart Pearce is going to take it. But off floating there, Shearer! England lead, it's Alan Shearer! Goal beaten before I think he touched the ball. And England get the perfect start. Shearer with a header, brilliant free kick in from Pearce. And Scotland were thrown really off kilter by that. They were all expecting a blaster from Pearce, but no one shot. He floated it in, a beautiful little dink ball. And Alan Shearer, 7 minutes on the clock, has given England the dream start at Wembley. 1-0. So the Scots have got it all to do. A terrific moment for Terry Venables' team. Booth now to Tommy Boyd. Now McCall. Shearer getting it forward towards Sheringham. And the Tottenham man taking it down beautifully on the chest. McManaman. This is a terrific and good performance here so far. McManaman to Ince. Has to go back to Neville. And that's really shook the Scots up a little bit here. Gascoigne. No kick given. But that really has set Scotland back here. Craig Brown will want to have kept it tight at the back. He didn't legislate though for the little dink there from Pearce. They were all expecting the Pearce blast at as he's done season out from so many years at Nottingham Forest. And before that, Coventry, as Brew tries the shot and McCoist is offside. If that ball was not forward, doesn't matter if it came off Adams, it's when the ball was played, and as soon as it left Scott Brew's foot, McCoist was in an offside position. Here's McAllister for Scotland, trying to take on he's taking on Moran, and a good save from Seaman. We took on both Adams and Southgate here, tore them to shreds, and then David Seaman sort of diving the wrong way, if you like, had to get a big hand to it, and it was knocked away. And that corner is knocked in there, but couldn't find Jury. Steve McManaman now, straight to Gary McAllister, who'll be wondering why he hasn't equalised in this game. Chip forward towards Darren McCoist. Jury to McCall. Born in Bradford, actually, Stuart McCall. But he qualifies for Scotland because of his family or family ancestry. So he's able to play for the Scots. Plays his club football these days for Rangers. Started his career, funnily enough, at his hometown club Bradford. Hence concedes the throw. And Tom Boyd to take it. Here's Stuart McCall. Scott Booth plays for Aberdeen, of course. Most of these players enjoying the flavour of this, the oldest international fixture for the very first time. Stuart Pearce has played in a couple of these before. And Ken McCall was way offside as that ball was played. So 17 minutes gone in the second game of Group A for both England and Scotland. And it's England leading by an Alan Shearer goal to nil. 7 minutes when Alan Shearer got it in a nice little dink Stuart Pearce free kick. Callister away from Neville, not away from it. Scottish throw. Callister himself, the captain to take. McCoist gets the cross in there towards Jury, headed away. Ince is there but missed his header. Gascoigne got it away, looking towards Teddy Sheringham. Calderwood beat him in the air, the Tottenham Hotspur defender, up against the Tottenham Hotspur striker. Collins. Got Booth again. And Booth has surely brought down his man, but the referee allowing the game to go on. I like it when a referee actually gives a game a chance to breathe and let it flow a bit. There's Alan Shearer. Anderton making a good run if he can be found, and he might be found. He's onside. It's Anderton. Oh, he should have made it 2-0. Gascoigne playing the ball through. The flag stayed down, and Anderton just scuffed it over the top. Great opportunity there for England to double their tally with 22 minutes of the first half gone. But just couldn't take the chance, and Scotland survived. Here's Collins. And straight into Gascoigne. And Scotland winning, Glasgow Celtic running into Glasgow Rangers, because Rangers, of course, is Paul Gascoigne's club. Alan Shearer's currently at Blackburn Rovers. It's the subject of some transfer speculation if papers are to be believed of Manchester United, and Newcastle are showing an interest. That's where he's from, actually, in the northeast. Well, he's got the choice of two of the biggest clubs at the moment, and have been recently fighting it out for the Premier League title, of course, in England. You could forget that Kevin Keegan rant before the end. Well, Kevin Keegan and Alex Ferguson are here today, but as buddies and pals. There was a lot of respect lost when the title race was going on, but they've made up a bit since then. And both working here at the game as television pundits for the opposition, of course. But we've got exclusive live coverage of this historic game here on Channel Sports, and here's Anderton. He's got away here. It's Darren Anderton, and the goalkeeper's carried it out. And a corner for England. Gascoigne to take. Headed away. It'll come for Ince, will it? Yes, it'll come for Paul Ince. And he might break for Anderton. He scores! And England go 2-0 up. Cameron Anderson of Tottenham has made it 2, and England are in cruise control now and could well be heading towards the quarterfinals. Well, they're certainly making their message loud and clear to the rest of Europe. Ball broke kindly from the challenge by Boyd on Ince into Darren Anderson's path, and the Tottenham midfielder making no mistake. Gorham didn't move, and England go 2 goals clear with 29 minutes gone. Brilliant performance so far from England, and Scotland looking the shadow of the side that really took the Dutch and really put them to the sword the other day. And for the Park, Burnley now for Scotland, Collins for Scotland, and no foul there. Well, I think the advantage was played. What's a bad challenge by McManaman. The referee might want words as soon as the ball is out of play. Here's McManaman now. Has to use David Seaman. We've had well over half an hour here on Trevor Sports. England against Scotland. England winning this game here. You're watching Euro 96 Grandstand. Here's Steve McManaman. Does well. Gascoigne! Oh, that was almost a Gascoigne special. Good running by McManaman. Set the ball up. Gascoigne hit it through, but Gorham made the save. And the referee as well is going to book McManaman for that earlier challenge by McManaman on John Collins. But the referee did play the advantage. Here's Gascoigne with the English corner towards Anderson. And back in there once more. And hooked away. And Gareth Southgate should tidy that one up okay. Tony Adams is there on the scene. Gary Neville, just 21 years old. Part of the Manchester United Youth Cup winning side in 1992 with the likes of Nicky Butt, his brother Phil, and David Beckham. Here's Pearce and the goal. And Gascoigne with Sheridan Robert with a header. And into Andy Gorman's path. Good save by the Rangers goalkeeper. Had no chance on both the goals scored by Shearer or Anderton. McAllister now for Scotland. The call for Scotland. Shearer. And that's a foul. Just a free kick to England. Tony Adams to take. Neville. Southgate, Terry Venables' team really playing with real confidence and real vigour. They take on the Dutch on Tuesday night at Wembley. And that's another game you can see with us. And Scotland go back to Villa Park to take on the Swiss. It's also another game you can watch with us here on Travel Sports. Sheridan. Good up and under, but Collins is there. Sheridan was also on the scene trying to challenge back. McAllister. 5 minutes to half time. England in complete control. Scotland have threatened just the once on David Seaman's goal when McAllister got the better of both centre backs and forced the goalkeeper Seaman into a very good save. That's Seaman now, but he's only found Tommy Boyd. McAllister, McCall, McAllister again. Ince is back. Neville to Anderton. Ince. Gascoigne. Oh, that's fairy tale stuff on Paul Gascoigne. And still Gascoigne. Been drawn out to the far side. Craig Burley just sticking to him. And a foul there. And Gascoigne and an injury for Gascoigne. No card for Burley. And Gascoigne is looking seriously hurt. He's just been out off the field. He'll get some treatment before possibly going back on. So England temporarily down to 10 minutes. That free kick comes in. With Gascoigne off the field with Paul Edds. Stopped by Booth. Adams. Pearce. Gascoigne looks as if he's going to be coming back on. Sheringham. Chipped in there by McManaman. And easy for Gorham. So we're playing stoppage time at the end of the first half, for which I think there was 2 minutes. Gascoigne is now back on the field with us. Booth. Ince is in there. He's had a committed first half. Ball Ince. Here he comes now. Can England get a third? Sheringham. Ince. Steve McManaman lines up the shot and just wide. In fact, a little bit wider than what we first thought. Decent effort from McManaman. Andy Gorham saw it all the way and saw that it was going wide. Well, plenty for Craig Brown and his troops to ponder in the dressing rooms at half time, but it's England leading. He took the lead on 7 minutes through a typical Shearer goal after a brilliant free kick from PES. And then Darren Anderton, here he is on the roll, doubling the lead as the half-time whistle blows. It's joy for England, troubles for Scotland. Half-time here at Wembley. It's England 2, Scotland 0.
Half-time and England are 2 up against Scotland. An astonishing part of the game here, but England have been quite brilliant, Trevor. Yes, you can't deny it. England have been excellent. I think they've played some great football. You know, good movement. They've moved the ball out wide. They've touch and move, one touch. It's been excellent. I think England have been quite brilliant, and you know, Terry Venables has got it spot on, one suspects today. And Trev, your thoughts on Scotland? Well, I think Scotland at the moment, you know, England have changed their setup. I don't think Craig Brown has reacted to it with the best, but I think Scotland seem a bit sort of disjointed. They're lacking a bit of shape for me. They've got a lot of men in midfield, but I think, you know, like Jury and McAllister are struggling to see the game, and Ali McCoist is completely marked out of it at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if Darren Jackson comes on, and I'm not quite sure Craig Burley has quite got it right back. We know McKimmy's injured. It's whether he comes on and whether he could change the game, but yeah, I really do think at the moment that Scotland's, they could get back into it. I think they need to just find their shape, because I think that's where they're struggling. Well, Trevor, let's have a look at the goals that were scored in that first half, and talk us through Alan Shearer's goal. Well, it's good work here by Stuart Pearce, because you know, he's known the ability to blast them from here. But what he does, he just sort of dinks it into a dangerous area, and Alan Shearer there, just half a yard away from his marker. And yeah, Shearer in this position was always going to strike, and he gets a really good header down. Andy Gorham can get nowhere near it, and it's great goal. It's good work by England. And talk us through the second goal. Well, you know, we talked about some of the defending here, and you've got to sit there and say that this should have been cleared a long time ago. And when it does break to Ince, you know, from this situation here, Scotland are at 6s and 7s. Suddenly there is an opportunity, and look who it is. It's Darren Anderton, who has floated in from that right wing, completely unmarked, and powers that shot in. He's just hit it first time, not thought about it. Excellent goal that is by England. So England's 2-0 up, 1 foot at the moment in the quarterfinals. A win today would be vital for them. Defeat for Scotland, as it's looking at the moment in a 45-minute window, really would put the England-Holland game Tuesday in all the more importance for them. They would have to match that result, you would feel, against Switzerland. Let's go back for the second half. Your match commentator, of course, is Trev Motson. Trev.
Thank you, Trevor. Welcome back, everybody. Outside for the second half. England getting us underway, Scotland rather getting us underway, attacking the tunnel end. England attacking the goal to my left now. No changes from either side. Still the same 11 still the same 22 players that started the match here at Wembley today rather. Pearce to Gascoigne. Ince, England leading 2-0. Here's Anderton, one of the goal scorers. And he's got away from McCall and Henry. Pulled the ball back, but only found Colin Calderwood, who plays for Scotland. Paul Ince has had another committed game in midfield. And Anderton, who's probably had his best display in an English shirt for a very long time, as long as I can remember, really. And Darren Jackson has now replaced McCall. Craig Brown starting to make changes and showing his hand a little bit. Ince, Anderton, Shearer, Anderton again. Good cross in there towards Shearer! And that should have been the third. Anderton again, almost getting an assist as well as a goal there. Lovely cross in there. And Gascoigne can't continue. Maybe Venables is saving him really for Holland on Tuesday night. Let's hope that's a precautionary measure and nothing too serious, because we need Gascoigne fit for Holland on Tuesday. And Alan Shearer so close there to making it 3. But David Platt's a very capable substitute. Bags of experience. Former England captain, of course, under Graham Taylor. Yellow card for Sheringham. Bit of a bad challenge from behind. He took out Craig Burley from behind there. Playing it right back today, incidentally. Sheringham. Shearer. He nearly scored a moment or two back. He takes on Boyd, beats him well. Again drawn out to the far side. Anderton putting in some very good crosses from that right hand flank today. Teaming up well with Gary Neville. Scott Booth now for Scotland. Collins to Jury. Gary McAllister. The Scottish skipper. Good ball to Boyd. Tommy Boyd into Darren Jackson of Hibernian. He keeps his feet well, gets the ball in there. Adams away, rather Southgate, away. Jury, Collins, Booth. We've had almost 10 minutes of the second half. Still 2-0. Alan Shearer so close to making it 3 earlier on. Here's David Platt, gets his first touch. The Arsenal one finds the Tottenham man, Teddy Sheringham. Now Gary Neville. Anderton, good cross again, looking for Shearer. Headed forward again towards Alan Shearer. Jury now for Scotland. "11 minutes gone here on Trevor Sports. Scotland 0, England 2. If you've just joined us here in Euro 96 Grandstand, coming to you from Wembley Stadium. Here's Collins. Jury. Chipping it forward. McCoist is there, but so too was Tony Adams. And a corner for Scotland. They're starting to threaten a little bit. Here comes Collins' corner. McCoist! Good header, but a good save. David Seaman well positioned to make the catch. And only McCoist, though, was left undetected. And if a better header than what it was, and Scotland might have been back in business. Here's Platt at the other end. David Platt! Oh! I thought that was 3. And the substitutes almost bagging the third one for England. Hits it well with the right foot. Gorham just has to stand and hope that goes wide of the post, which it did from his point of view. But I tell you what, England should have been 3 up. They could be still 3-3 up here. McManaman, no stranger to scoring good goals on this ground. He scored 2 for Liverpool in last season's League Cup final. Well, the season before last, when they beat Bolton 2-1. Scored a brace and got the Man of the Match award. Here's Anderton. Good challenge again. Tommy Boyd this time. Southgate with a header. McManaman. Platt. And away again by Scotland. Boyd this time. Could have left it to Andy Gorham, incidentally. Tommy Boyd there. Stuart Pearce. Back to David Seaman. David Seaman, no nonsense kick away. Here's Anderton, who's had a super match. Well, if Scotland don't get anything from this, it's not all doom and gloom. They will still go into the game against the Swiss, knowing that a win could take them through to the quarterfinals. And if England hold on and take the points against the Scots, they will play solid on Tuesday, knowing that if they play to their potential again against the Dutch, and I doubt very much then there will be no doubt at all they'll reach the quarterfinals. I've been very impressed with the way England have played today. Disappointed really from the Scottish point of view. Another half-hearted attempt there from Scott Booth, which easily found the gloves of David Seaman. It's been the story of the game for Scotland. Shearer, Anderton, can't find Shearer, England saw to it. Here's Darren Jackson. Ince is there for England, but here's Gordon Jury. And Southgate. We talk about Tony Adams a lot and how great a defender he's been for the last sort of decade or more, but Gareth Southgate, since joining Aston Villa, has been absolutely superb. Tremendous defender in his own right. Free kick for England. Stuart McKinney is now on for Burley as the free kick comes in. Blue gets it away. And again, Ince is there. And Collins stopped him. Ince, and what's that doing? Free kick on the edge, and it was right on the edge. Pierce! Oh! Tell you what, that was not far away. It was the blaster, and it was just an inch or two over the top. But that was an inch or two from possibly being a penalty. It was the definite foul. Whether that was a penalty, we'd have to see from a much closer angle to find out whether a penalty would be given. Be interested for the boys in the studio once they have a look at it at the end, whether that was a penalty or not. That's certainly one for debate as Alan Shearer heads over. And he could have had a hat-trick today, Alan Shearer. That's an earlier chance that went wide, but he's opened the scoring on 7 minutes, and it's an extended in on 29. And with just less than 20 to go here in terms of minutes here on Trevor Sports, England still have that 2-goal buffer. Chip forward again. McAllister's forced a couple of good saves from David Seaman. McCoist as well with a free header. They have had their chances, Scotland, but they just haven't finished them. Here's Jackson to McAllister. It's going to be Gordon Jury now. Stopped by Adams. Teddy Sheringham. Alan Shearer. But even if it ends in defeat for the Scots today, they can't be too disheartened because they've got an opportunity here. Oh, good save. Gordon came out there as Platt came charging in there and almost charged down the goal kick as well. Vince's header towards Shearer. Platt taking on Booth this time. Level. There was cross there, deflected. Shearer's there too. Sheringham. Just a bit too much whip on that cross from Shearer. Could have taken Sheridham's head off conceivably. An awkward sort of header. Coming in very strongly on Sheringham, but fairly. Remember with another throw down for England. Sheringham. Put the cross in. And the header wide. Oh, just wide again from Alan Shearer. He could have had a hat-trick today, conceivably. And even though it was from just outside the box, another inch to the other side of the post, and that might have been number 3. Goran did not even move. Henry's challenge on Shearer. 2 Blackburn teammates having a bit of a good tussle there. Good old-fashioned tussle. McAllister. Platt. Tackles flying in now here at Wembley Stadium. Ball knocked forward again. What a great game of football we've seen here underneath the Twin Towers this afternoon. Here's Alan Shearer. He's got Sheringham in support, but there was nobody really in the area. Shearer will get a second goal. Anderton. Tucked out now. Here's Collins. Jury. McAllister. Up to McCoist. And then McCoist. Gordon Jury. Good tackle, was it? No, says the referee. And what's the referee giving here? Yellow card to Southgate. Was this inside the box? It was. It's a penalty. And Gary McAllister has got a chance to pull one back. And he's in the post. And McAllister equalised. Has hit the post. And all Scotland get is a corner. The rebound was put behind. Ball in towards McCoist. I couldn't tell for the first time. I thought it was a penalty, but we looked into it, didn't go with it. As McManaman got straight before, and he's got all the way, and then shoots wide. Well, Steve McManaman, well, we saw him score 2 magnificent goals for Liverpool in the '95 Coca-Cola final. He would have eclipsed what he did then here today if he'd have scored for that one for England. But going back to the penalty, it was right on the edge of the box, and remember, England could have easily had one themselves on the edge. It was a definite penalty. Had to look at a replay to be sure, and it certainly was a foul by Southgate. Nothing wrong with that challenge by the way from Platt. Jury over. 4 to go. But McAllister, usually so reliable from the penalty spot as we saw against the Dutch. Failed again from 12 yards. I wonder if a certain paranormal above the stadium has had something to do with it. I wonder if the ball moved before he struck the kick. I wonder. Anyway, it all adds to the drama and the suspense of an England-Scotland international. Scotland trailing 2-0. And England, though, have been very good value. Penalty aside, they've been wary of it. Shearer! Oh, he's hit the bar. Both teams have hit the woodwork. Scotland the post and England the underside of the bar, and Shearer should have had 4 today. And that's no exaggeration of the truth here, if I'm being perfectly frank with you. 2 added minutes at the end. It's been a terrific game of football, playing in a terrific spirit. Anderton up against Jackson. Anderton's cross, Sheringham! And that would have sealed it if it hadn't already. And Terry Sheringham, so unlucky. Won't come any closer to scoring than that. We've played surely now the 2 minutes of additional time. Referee just allowed it to go on. Can Ince get a goal here? Still got it, Paul Ince. But what a performance for England. Scotland missed that penalty from McAllister, but those 2 goals in the first half from Shearer and Anderton will give England the points and confidence for the home game on Tuesday. Terrific performance from England today. Scotland had chances, didn't take them. McAllister especially in the first half when he forced a save from David Seaman. And then England took the lead through Darren Anderton on 7 minutes. Or rather, Alan Shearer on 7 minutes, I should say. Then Darren Anderton made it 2 just prior to the half-hour mark. Scotland had a chance to pull one back but missed the penalty, and they now will have to hope they can get a good result against Switzerland on Tuesday. It's finished here. England 2, Scotland 0. Trevor.
Well, brilliant atmosphere. England hold on to win by 2-0, and their Euro 96 campaign is well and truly underway. Quarter-finalists confirmed. England with a big victory over the old enemy. Commiserations to Scotland that gave it a really good go, but in the end, Scotland beaten by the better side, would you say, Trev? Yeah, I'd agree with you on that one. I thought, England played some good football today. They passed the ball well with pace. They made chances, and to be honest, England could have won by a lot more than 2-0. I think the score sort of flatters Scotland. I don't think today was Scotland's best game. And Trevor, what did you make of it? It's excellent. I think a lot of the things that England did well, they learnt their lessons from last week. I thought they were nervous against Switzerland. They started off all guns blazing, faded as the second half went on, got the lucky break, got the goal, and now they've come back into it. They're all sort of back and running. So, confirmation of what Group A looks like after that result. England have qualified through with a maximum 6 points from 2 games. And their goal difference is already spiking up into the 3s. As for Scotland, well, they're ahead of the Netherlands on their head-to-head record. England will play Holland on Tuesday night. Scotland will play Switzerland at Villa Park. Scotland could beat Switzerland, they're guaranteed to get through. Any other result, and it may be relying on hoping that their result matches that of the Netherlands. Albeit there is a higher goal difference. If the Netherlands were ahead to go ahead and defeat England, in that situation, if Scotland were to go through, well then that really does at the moment shake up the group. That could effectively almost eliminate England based on head-to-head and to Scotland. Well, in that case, goes the goal difference. That's where Scotland are in trouble. Well, if you want to find out if they're in trouble, tune in next week because we've got a full recap of the final group games here on Euro 96. And then we're off into the quarterfinals of knockout football and a new thing called Golden Goal. Let's see if it catches on. From all of us, thank you very much for watching. We'll leave you with the moment England beats Scotland. Bye-bye.